Today I'm going to show you how to make this boneless pork chops in creamy garlic and spinach sauce. Yum. Okay, so you're going to need 3 boneless pork chops. If you're having any trouble finding boneless pork chops, you might look in Australia for what's pork medallions. Those work just fine. Then you're going to need some salt and pepper, a teaspoon of paprika, 2 teaspoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of butter, 6 cloves of garlic, finely minced, or about 6 teaspoons I'm going to use. 1 small yellow onion that's been minced or chopped finely. A 1/3 cup of vegetable or chicken stock. 1 3/4 cups half and half or heavy cream. Half and half in the States is basically a blend of cream and milk. So you can use that if you have it. I'm going to use the pure cream or heavy cream. 3 cups of baby spinach, a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and a teaspoon of crushed red chili pepper flakes. That's optional. 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. And if you have it, some fresh chopped parsley to garnish at the end would be great. I don't have any today, so we're going to go without it. So I've just got this large skillet over medium-high heat, and I'm going to go ahead and add the olive oil. Again, that was just a couple teaspoons. Just sort of turn it around to coat the pan. Okay, so first you're going to want to season your pork chops on both sides with salt, pepper, and a bit of paprika. Turn those over and do the other side as well. And I'm just going to lay those in there. Should start searing. Now we're going to want to cook those between 3 and 5 minutes on each side, or until cooked through. It's going to depend on how thick your pork chops are. That's been 5 minutes. They're looking pretty good on this side. I'm going to go ahead and flip them and give them another 5. So that's been 5 minutes on each side. You can see they're looking nice and golden. So I'm going to go ahead and remove those to a plate. Now leave your pan heating, because we're going to start making the sauce. Now we're going to add our butter, as well as our minced onion and garlic. And you're just going to want to cook and stir that for about a minute or so until it gets nice and fragrant. Okay, so that's only been about a minute, but I can really smell the garlic coming out now. So I'm going to go ahead and add our chicken or vegetable stock, whichever you're using. And now we want to just cook this for a few minutes just to let it reduce a little bit. As you can see, the liquid's reduced nicely in that. It's looking pretty good. It's only been probably, I don't know, 3 minutes or so. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and reduce the heat to low. I'm going to add the cream. Just a little bit of salt and pepper. The remaining seasonings. So this is the Italian seasoning, and if you're using the chili, you can add that now as well. Now I'm just going to leave that come to a gentle simmer. So you can see it's starting to simmer there a bit. So now we're going to add our spinach. Now just sort of stir that gently, and it shouldn't take long at all for that to wilt. That only took a couple minutes, and that's looking really good. The last thing now is add our Parmesan. And just stir that through and give it a minute or so for the cheese to melt in. That's only been about a minute, and the cheese is pretty well dissolved in there and melted. So I'm going to add the pork chops back to the pan. And just cook long enough for them to heat through again. They're still pretty warmed, but just because they've been sitting aside for a little bit. Okay, so that's been a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and plate it up. So there it is, boneless pork chops in a creamy garlic spinach sauce. I'm serving it today over some cauliflower and broccoli rice, but you could put it over zucchini noodles or caulirice or anything else you like as well. I do hope you give it a try. It's really tasty.